Okay, so without further ado, we'll go back to Chi-sao. Okay. We work with Dominic. So so let me very quickly recap. Okay, these are things. Okay. All right. Top hand, you can control and attack. Bottom hand, you can also control and attack. Okay. I think we talked a lot about one top, one down. We haven't talked much about both hands on top. Okay. But you know, both hands, you can either use a jump up, strike, or full side strike. Okay. It doesn't have to be in this sequence. Okay. Of course, you can hands on strike or jump up, which is good. Hands on, okay, or full side. Doesn't matter, okay? Right, so you can take this one away and see it better, okay? So when he's in long side, I can attack him this way or this way. When he's in tan side, I can attack him this way or this way. It means what? It doesn't matter which position he is in, he can attack. Okay? So on the bottom hand, you look for your own tan side long side. On the top, you look for his tan side long side. Is that amazing? Basically, that's what she's doing. Tan, bong, and your partner is doing the same thing. Tan, bong. Either you're on the bottom or he's on the bottom. That's all.
So it seems what you're saying too is a common denominator. With all of it is the key is the transition point to sneak in the attack.
Right.
During
transition.
During
Yeah, the transitional stages are the most vulnerable.
Now for the drill, we're waiting for the transition. We're kind of timing it with
As
the transition.
you go from
right?
as you go from tan to bong,
Yeah.
just like and this all came from the switch, the change, right? You notice the change is not after, too late, because if I'm going to scoop, he's already on his way up. I can't scoop anymore, right? I need to scoop as he comes up, not after he came up. Right? So that's the transitional stage. I want to go 1 and 2 before he finishes. If he finishes, then the next one is long side. So this timing you are focused on, you're focusing on from the very beginning. It's all about the transitional stage. Okay. So if you can do this. Right? Okay. But the only so let's take away the punch. Just use tan sa, bong sa, jump sa, fu sa. Okay. I use these 4 interchangeably because fu sa strike came from lan sa. Okay. Because everybody does this. Okay. Okay. This is how they attack. We change it a little bit. Because it gives you more control. So everything we do, we don't just change for change sake. We're not saying we want to change because we're different. Right? Right? We don't say we want to be different and unique, so we change things. It's not that. It's about being practical. Right? So we know if you do this, the guy lifts his elbow, then the attack failed. I want to make sure his elbow, he cannot lift his elbow. Right? That's why we change from the line sub strike, what everybody does, to hook sub, night jump. Right? So I want to make sure this doesn't get right, because eventually you go into this. Because this is my bonsai. And so you remember on the bottom we talked very extensively about things on the way. Okay? You can control the person from the bottom using tansa. Using lansa. Okay, that's strictly from the second form. This is the reason why the first form is this way, second form will start to tell you. So you can see the gradual transition, the evolution of lansa. Lansa go from palm facing down to palm facing away, and then clinching. empty hand to closed fist. So line out, immediately, how many times have we seen this, right? 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 You see, this implies pulling. Right. Okay? If you can pull with empty hand, you can pull with closed fist. Okay. Okay, so with both hands on the top, right? At any given time.
Pulling with the open hand?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what you meant?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can
Pulling
also,
with the closed fist.
yeah, you can also pull with the open hand this way.
Okay.
See, so you notice my open hand is not this way. It's this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can't grab onto it. Very interesting. Because here, there, so now you have that stickiness to it. Whereas here, you don't have it.
Not on the surface?
Yes, so you go like this. You line up this way, the other way, okay? So if I were one hand down, one hand up, right? If I'm striking with fuchs out, right? Okay. This is not reality. This is not reality. This is not a technique which you can use, you know, but it is getting used to your arms on underhooks or overhooks. Either your arms on the bottom or you're on the top. You get familiar. Both hands on the bottom, both hands on top, one hand on top, one hand on the bottom. Just get used to these situations. So when you get to that particular environment, you'll get lost. You say, okay, my hand is on the bottom, what do I do? And your body says many things, which one do you want? There's so many, right? And by doing this over and over again, you're very grabby. You just, okay, I'm pushing this one, push this way, right? If you pull this way, it's going to resist, and you pull the other way. In this case, it would be yang, yang, or yin, yin, right? Then I did this, right? I'm doing this, right? Yeah? Then it's pushing back, pushing, because see that center line's open, right? I'm doing this, right? Okay? So you go from bounce out to bounce out, in this case, lines out to lines out. Empty hand lines out to closed hand lines out. Okay? Your primary principle is about yin and yang. You can never go wrong when you go from yin to yang or yang to yin. If your previous movement is yang, you go to yin. If your previous movement is yin, you go to yang. But you can also go tanza, bounce out. Okay? For example, this one will be tanza, right? I'm going to tanza. Right? Bounce out, right? First I go move and then go in, right? Because my focus changed. I'm focusing on my forearm and my elbow. But it's still a lanza. Okay? The reason I call that lanza because it came from lanza. So I don't want to think that lanza is a separate thing. Because in the drill, there are only two shapes. Either you tanza or you lanza. What we're doing is anywhere in between. So you say, just say 12 and 6. Okay, this is 12, this is 6. And then in between will be 3, right? Will be 3. Okay, but the 3, there are also 2, 1 and 2, and 4 and 5. Yes, it's just according to your need. You can go straight down, which will be 12. We can go 1, right? You can go 3, 2, or 2, 3, right? You see, down will be 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 will be there, right? That's what I'm saying. All the way up, all the way down. So I emphasize so much when you practice to make sure you bounce us all the way up and you punch it all the way down. Because I've seen people do this, punch it like this, bounce it like this. Okay, this is out of fear because you know it gives you more resistance, more coverage, right? But you can't strike that way because you're pointing that way, right? You're saying? So we want to get into a habit of always pointing our weapons towards your partner. So if you look at my bottom hand, my weapon pointing, okay? My weapon's pointing. See, once you have a concept, then you won't get into this half. You don't always do 3. Then there's no variation. your bounce out is always 3. Bounce out needs to be 1, 2, 3. Okay, eventually change into 4, right? Which is fuxa, right? 4, right? Eventually 5, 6 times 8, like this. Okay, so if you do it fast, you do it slow. This is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way up. But actually, wrong. Okay, so it's like this. Okay, going up, right? See, so that makes a lot of sense if you start using the directions, because again, this concept came from the 4 main directions: 12, 6, 3, 9. And then any variations, which are, as you see, 1 is closer to 12, 2 is closer to 12, 3 is in between, 4 is closer to 6, 5 is closer to 6. Okay? So once you have that concept in your mind, then this starts to make sense. So there's a reason why they call the 3 C's of Wing Chun. Right? You have Han-sao, you have Fu-sao, you have Bong-sao. Okay? Han, Fu. So in this case, Fu is like this.
That should have been Tom Longfoot. Tom Long Bong.
Right?
I don't mind to say that, right?
Han, Fu-sao, right? See,
Because if Long's in between,
that's right, Lon. Right?
that should be the 3 C's, right?
Well, yeah, it could be, because this
I guess it all depends
this is
on-
kind of in between this and this. Okay, so anyway, so a lot of people may not agree, but it's just a very good way to learn, to be very clear. Okay, so now we're both on the top, right? So you now remember, you take this arm away. Okay, when he comes down, you can catch the wrist, catch the elbow this way, or you can catch the elbow this way, depending on the directions. This way will be to go forward. This way we go sideways. Right? Okay? And this way, of course, to go up. Of course, you have another way to go back. Okay? So, when you do these things, make sure your hand never leaves his arm. Because that's the name of the game. It's all about sticking. Sensitivity, feeling, understanding the anatomy of his arm like nobody knows better than you do. Okay? So when you do, see that? You don't let go. And you don't want to go like this. Okay? Nothing wrong with that, but it defeats the purpose of sticking. Okay? So you don't want to run, you want to slide. Slide back. Right? You want to slide. You want to slide. You want to slide. So it becomes very sticky. Being sticky is the name of the game, grappling. Alright? Remember, Chun says, if arms are disengaged, you thrust forward. So if someone moves, you go forward, you don't, where'd you go? I don't care. There's a target. Okay? So we always have to remember that. Now, if his arm and my arm are attached, I'm safer because I know where the arm is, and also know what it's going to do. Because the movement is going to be, his movement is going to be transmitted to my brain. Oh, it's moved to the left, to my right, up and down. You can monitor. Okay. So both on top, right? So if I'm saying when he comes down, I want to catch this. Well, this means to attack, right? Well, you have a choice of attacking like this or attacking like this. I mean, just this, right? Like this, right? Good, right? Now, when he goes up, I go like this. Because I'm catching the elbow, right? So in this case, now I'm going to go like this. Back to rolling. Right? First, we know pure control. Right? Pure control. Same thing, I can do it on this side too. Pure controlling and controlling. Meanwhile, I'm still moving forward in a neutral way. Okay? So all you do is just add the other hand in. From here, boom. Okay? So that's what we're going to work on is the top hand. Both hands on top. Okay. You can easily get to that. Either you initiate the change, it's called a half change, rather than complete change. The complete change will be you go to the bottom, his other hand goes to the top. That's all. A half change basically is just you just staying there. Staying there. Okay, now he's both hands on top. Right? So if he changes, do a half change, I'm stay on top. Right? Do full change, he's on top. Okay. So remember there are 4 possibilities. Both hands on top, both hands on bottom, left on top, right on top. Because your left on top, right on bottom. If you're right on top, left on bottom. There are only these 4 possibilities. And we want to make it that every possibility is an advantage to us. Okay? Alright, so that you cannot take advantage of you. Okay? A lot of people like to be favored. They favor like both hands on the bottom, both hands on top, or some people only work one side. They're one-handed. They don't go to the other side. That's all they do. Everything came from here. Yeah, they don't know, how to get to the other side. Well, you don't have that luxury when you fight. You don't choose a situation. We say, these are the 4 possibilities. We're going to drill on each scenario until we are so comfortable with it. We know all the ins and outs of this position. Then let him get to the bottom, let him to the top. I don't care. I know what to do. Okay? So, for example, he does a half change, and I'm on the bottom, right? Both hands on the bottom, right? The minute he changes, I'm already in. Do you know what I'm saying? Right? The minute he changes, right? I can go in here or here, right? It's just a matter of which side you favor. And sometimes again, you confuse fighting. You want him to feel the pressure on one side, then you sneak in on the other. Okay? That's why I've got to give him the time out. You don't just want to help him, because most people tend to do this to each other. I do this, right? And they do this, they're like, yeah, you're already in the changing mode, all right? So if I change, I got to show him my Chi-sao. I got to show him my Chi-sao. Because if he doesn't, remember, Chi-sao is forward. It's always forward, yeah. Right? Okay, so it's very important. Okay, so anyway, both hands on top, right? Okay. Focus. Catch, right? Catch. 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 Okay, now catch. Catch. Now catch. 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 What I'm telling you. Every movement you make, it is a technique. Right? You see how different we are from everybody else? Everybody else is this rolling is just a precursor to an attack. We're saying, forget about that. We are attacking you. You just don't know. But if no one ever pointed out, we're still the god. Oh, it's just rolling. Rolling so I can launch an attack. You are attacking. Because we have to remember it's forward energy. Towards the center line. What does it mean? You are being aggressive. You know, your mind is being aggressive. Your energies may be neutral. But you are thinking, how do I control that? How do I attack the center line? Right? Okay? Alright. So, make sure we don't. I was watching video. I'm blocking you guys, so you guys want to stay here. Okay? kind of periodically check, so, we'll watch each other. That's good. Yeah, we're good here. Good. Perfect. Okay, first, let's, just do some full change, but you guys go ahead. Okay?
Oh, we just go, okay.
Yeah, you're going to do the full change, which means it's like a wave, right? Okay, so you start, right?
So, yes, you start since you're on top. Okay. We're just doing control.
And give you a Chi-sao. Right. Yeah. Look, see, you see? Okay, this is what I mean. Yeah, this is what I mean, okay? Yeah. Because if you slip off, the guy just comes in, okay? Even though it's a drill, but we have to treat it like the real thing, okay? Pardon me. I wonder how Obama is doing, probably being stoned to death. Oh yeah. What do you mean? Raise more money, get us deeper into debt? So right now, your full energy, your energy should be like very neutral, neither attacking. Yeah. You got. Okay. So let's get serious. Yeah.
This might help.
This is the so-called aggressive mindset, which not because we're very pushy, we're very aggressive.
You switch.
Yeah,
Our mind is
that's-
always focused on attacking. After all, that's the name of the game. It's about fighting, right? Fighting is about winning, right? So every time you do something, or make sure this, right? Even though your energy is full, but you're really thinking about, hey, I can cut the guy's throat. That's it. Yeah. Either poking the eyes, jabbing the throat, or cutting the neck, right? So right here, see? I'm thinking. Yeah, there you go. Right, that's it. You want to develop that aggressive mindset. Right? Okay, yes. Because look, right here, right? So put this hand down. I'm showing you. If your elbow is high, and I push you very, very hard, you just collapse. Right? So you want that option open. Of course, you can be like here and go sideways from the third floor. You can either come down,
This part or this?
right? From line side, yes. You're attacking this one.
Yeah, it's right
From
there.
bounce it,
It's
it's
like
like
it shows it to you, but you gotta have any, there's nothing there.
And you can just,
Yeah.
I found this.
Okay, come all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, yes.
And it's interesting, that one feels the most controlling and it's the less invasive. I don't
Yes.
feel like threatened, but I
Yeah.
feel you're on me, you're leveraging me.
Yeah.
Really well.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It is.
From my point of view.
Thank you. More aggressive. Sure. Just into your joint.
Yeah.
Yes. Mhm. This is the most vulnerable part. Yeah.
And when you change me, I have to be thinking.
Oh, always,
Right.
always. So your energy is forward, but we're rolling, so it looks like a circle, right?
Right.
But it's really a funnel, like a cone shape. The energy, your arms are doing up and down movement, which creates a circle. That's why they call it rolling. Okay, but your energy is like this. It's a cone shape. Okay.
That's how you get it.
So if I were to start, I'm showing you, okay?
This is still.
Yeah, when I come back, both energy
That
coming
would
back.
actually give me an advantage.
Right,
Yeah, see it? See, this is what I mean, that when you change, it's most vulnerable part. If you're not in full energy, yeah. Because
I'm just doing,
let's do it again.
So see if we can.
I'll take it apart, okay?
Like,
I'll show you what I mean.
Go
Okay?
through each one, like.
So I start, right?
So this would be. So we do.
Okay? Okay? So, let me take this one, take this away, okay?
Then I'll go this way, and then I'll go.
Yes!
So, yeah,
Right,
I'll do
see,
three.
we were doing something here, but I want to take this apart so that you see. You can see it better single-handed because the reason I do a Chi-sao, see, I open you up. Yes.
in
You ju-
reality, quote unquote.
Yeah, you just, right, but when we get into it,
Right.
the habit of forward, because that full energy can turn into a strike.
Right.
You don't catch that.
Yeah,
They're just doing lessons there.
Yes, that's it.
You know, right in the switch, you lose you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you
I
could do,
roll.
or you could do one roll and just really deliver it. I guess that would be the ultimate.
Right?
Let's do one
Awesome.
roll between.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a very, very risky spot. Anticipating this.
You missed it. Did I miss that one? I didn't feel it.
It didn't.
You went up?
Yeah.
You know why? You know why? Because this is
Closing
why.
my eyes.
No, it's not even that. No, your energy is still correct, but I know that, so I just use full work to give it an angle. Okay, and this is how we evolve and get better. Because anytime you use the full work, your center line changes. You didn't do anything different. It makes you appreciate full work.
Check this out.
Okay.
You feel it?
Right. So that's good. So now,
You keep it on the
Yeah,
side.
I'm
if you don't mind, I'm
Yeah.
just
I'm like, I don't want to
Yeah, I
waste
feel
my
it.
time.
Yeah.
back to
Fight on
to
it.
the
Which we
bottom hand.
see forbid move your
Yeah.
your you're aggressive. You
Okay.
Fight me.
Just
Okay.
slow.
I got it.
Yeah. So
I don't just try that. I still need to give a little forward.
yeah. You have
Just
to.
a little. I can feel that we're not connected, definitely.
Yeah. So I don't want to get in trouble with body.
Yeah. All the way down, all the way up,
It's true because
all the way down. All the way up, all the way down.
So I guess now
We're going to the.
control where we do the same thing and just add a stretch.
And stop, okay?
Let's
So
go.
you are in bonsai shape. Next one is tansai. You're in the tansai to control by moving to the sideways.
Yeah. It seems like it's
Tansai.
Yeah.
Okay, and back.
I can feel
Down
that.
or
Whatever. Not going in and out.
sideways.
Yeah. That doesn't hurt me,
You
but I
can
feel
stand,
it.
the walk, go sideways,
Just-
you can
just
just go backwards.
No, I don't know.
But those are
Like it's a lot of
variations,
doing it
okay?
right.
So right now, yeah, it's a primary direction.
Yeah.
Don't know. You know how to do
Not
this.
normal.
Right,
You
exactly.
always have before. And so
I felt it here and there, but it's like.
So when I do this randomly,
Yeah.
okay?
So I don't know if I should be taking 5 pounds
I'll
of
tell you what, I'm
this
gonna
to
do. Let's do this, okay?
really
You
need
follow
to
me.
figure out what I should
Yeah.
I do want you to
doing
do
to
it,
rehab
okay?
it the right way.
Yeah.
This, I don't know.
So
When does it hurt?
gonna be
Right after?
around
Yeah.
Saturday,
Right.
not this Saturday, but next Saturday.
Okay.
I'll look at my schedule. So yeah, you've been around.
Probably. Just had to take a look at it.
Yeah. You're taking everything right here. So
Cool.
tune it off. So alright. So let me just add it. So
So like
Here.
So
So, you want to do the folk side now and go through everything? And then we'll go through it again doing the job.
Good. Here, you're a little stiff. Yeah, a little stiff, okay? You want to be relaxed, and so you can feel more of my energy. You give me more energy because I give you more energy. So the trick is always to match my energy, no more, no less. Okay. Okay. So we're here now. Okay. Same thing. You're gonna follow my lead. I'm gonna do my left hand instead. Okay. Do it again. Release it. That's too much. Too much. Okay. Now watch my.
Too much
yeah.
of your energy.
Yeah, yeah. No, your energy.
Too much of
See? That's all I need. But you're doing this.
Yes.
Because what happened? Run.
Right.
Yes. Okay, we always, the reason, that's not wrong when you do that way, because we are taught, if my arm is too far away from the center line, I'm gonna run back,
Right.
right? So, if I think this way, I would have to assume that other people think this way too. So I don't want them to be able to run on me.
Okay.
Although, if you do it on purpose, then it's a future practice. Okay? So, if you do that on purpose, you know he's going to run, right? So it's too simple to see better, right? So I'm on the bottom right here, and I go like this. And I know, when I do that on purpose, I can ambush you in the future, okay? If you're meant to do that, that's right.
Right?
Okay.
That always added.
We try not to deviate too much from the center. So all you have to do is rather than go forward, just go sideways. See the elbow? Right, rather than, that's all you need, right? Okay, from here, again, okay? Right, so you just say like that, rather than this way? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
How do you feel it?
Right. Okay, but we forgot this arm. There's no energy. No flow energy, yeah. But this is why Chi-sao is so wonderful, because it forces you to think, yes, both arms. And the tendency for most people is focus one arm, he forgets the other. Because if we do this way, other people do the same thing.
So that's how I'm feeling?
Right?
Yeah, and the humor says.
Of course, that eventually will be corrected by just adding
Yeah, so that changes
just
the angle.
a sign
You
of
wanna be
passing for the other hand.
Where really clear here.
So if I were,
Alignment back in.
remember the top hand, I can attack, right?
Yeah, that's like. Cause
Yeah,
when I'm
Attack,
attacking, it's like
right?
this.
It's an attack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I can see
if I were
it. It's
to-
like real fast sometimes.
Tansa,
Mhm.
just do this,
Rows.
right? So you long
I
stop,
need these guys to keep
this,
this guy back
Mm.
to put in front. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
all right.
Definitely does.
You might have to do it
Okay.
before,
See
so
what
that's-
what happens like we
back.
just.
Yeah, yeah, just a simple shift, pivot,
Anything.
allows you to,
No, there's more.
If you don't move, you're in trouble.
Pretty
Seconds
Yeah.
on the road.
That's good.
Right.
Maybe end with rows.
so,
That's it.
eventually we just
Yeah.
assign
Or you
a
get
task
that
for the other
programming.
hand. For now, you want to make sure when you do this,
Yeah,
the
start
forward
with that.
energy is still there,
Okay.
not aggressive and
Start
neutral.
with that, and then that's really stuff. It kind of depends what's going on. I can make it different.
All right.
Yeah. Here.
Where were we?
Yeah, I just finished.
Shoulders.
You're not willing to give away. Yeah, there you go.
I'm afraid I'm gonna slip.
Your turn, remember? You have to do it too, yeah.
Have to do it.
Do this.
I
Follow my lead.
wonder what we were doing.
Because you didn't notice what I was doing with my hand?
No, actually, you know what? Even before, when I was paying attention to it, it's very, very subtle that you can
Hmm?
barely feel that it's happening.
Because you remember, you don't want to move the hand away from center line by a mile.
Right.
All you need is just a little, tiny little space for you to wedge in,
Right.
especially with
You're using foot.
yes, you don't need a lot of
Open
space.
here and you go.
Right. Yes, they sticky. So what we're on here,
Time in.
because the bigger the movement, the more energy and more time it takes. Okay. Same thing here.
Imagine 8 hours practice to get the practice.
Right. So you can see forward, 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 sideways, forward.
I want to hold the thing. Interesting. That's better. So if you were to and
Yeah.
step in left, or
Try something real quick.
Yeah.
if you could get elbow on the street.
Okay, and when you do this, you're still doing this.
Right, oh, yeah.
Times raising the elbow.
Right.
So try to get my elbow. That's what Mark, you can.
When you set up, I detect that.
Yeah. Because I'm already starting to move.
Not only that, your movements are too big, right? But, okay. So, that's the reason why you can see, so take this arm away.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, this is normal energy, which is forward,
Yeah,
forward,
it anchors it more.
forward, sideways.
So
Just
if I
like
come
that.
and lead on the arm,
Just like that.
it makes up for it.
Now,
I don't have to come in there as hard as I
But when you try, you can do a simple.
okay? So I'm like, yeah, just turn.
You're gonna reinforce
Yeah,
it.
and because it's so small,
That's interesting, right?
it is so small,
And then we try
it's
to
hard to
up.
detect.
So it ends up
You know
being the
what,
opposite.
can you do it again
Yeah.
just a little slower?
Keep it.
I think the only is to move away.
But
Just catching that hand is
just step back. Yeah,
wise.
right. Or just regain the center line. See, I take the center line away, right? As I come in, just regain. Yeah. That's why your full sound is always, remember? Okay, so you don't do it to me, right? Right? I just come back and feel something, right? Because that's why.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm sure you guys already know this, but just in case. I don't want to risk of repeating myself. There's a reason why the full sound is always forward, right? Okay, remember forward energy? For many reasons. First, your weapon, even though not being used, are still pointing as the target. Okay, so I'm pointing at the center line. Okay, so when he does a time sound, he's basically moved my arm away from the center line, which we share, right? And the quickest way to deal with an attack is regaining the center line. And that's from day one. Day one, right? Because we don't, it's elbow down or forward. And so you're out, just come back. Right? And the reason you don't want to do a time sound very, very wide, like this, is because I'm on runs. Right? Because, again, the reason I run back to my center line. And the energy is forward. See, there's no difference whether he does a small and come in, regain my center line. If he does a big one, regain my center line. Okay? So once we are familiar and very good at this, any openings like that, you're going to take advantage of. So you grab his arm, he's doing this to throw your arm away, then you just come back. Because, it's work, right? So I'm grabbing him, he's right? I'm just going to go forward.
Gonna do something.
So I grab him, and he's going to shake him like this.
That was awesome.
Right? Because I'm not going to do into the. Don't change the hands, it's the body, the center line, right?
And you would trick me to do this, right?
No, but remember I said, nothing you can do is wrong if you meant to do it. Okay. So, for example, I'm on the bottom, right? And I want to do a wide movement so he can run. This is a trap because I'm waiting for him in the future, right? So from bounce I go like this. I want him to run so I can, okay? So if you know that's what you're going to do, then it's not wrong.
Yeah.
Everything you do is right if you meant to do it. Because you cannot say after fight you lost and say, I meant to do that. Well, you lost, all right? You say, like little kids, you trip and fell, say, I meant to do that. Only if you really meant to do that, to do future fighting and leaving a trap, then it's okay. Right? Okay, right, yeah. So, again, everything is the basics, all about flow energy, flow energy, flow energy. If it takes you away from the center line, just come back. Okay, see, this, which is neutral. And the reason for that is if you remember the lobster drill, okay, this is what the beginning lobster, right? Rather than, not wrong, these are variations. Okay. So, this is closed hand approach. Open hand approach, you have three possibilities now. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now look at the one in the middle. Let's go back here. Okay? Alright? Takes me out. Come back. I didn't do anything different. Now, if I were to do the lobster drill with aggression, it becomes an attack, then it's beauty, right? It becomes this. It takes me out. That's from the lobster drill. Nobody else has them, but, okay? So, but that's their loss. I'm just saying that our job as Wing Chun practitioners, not only learn the system, we have to experiment, open-minded. But the beauty of what we're doing right now is because we were given the permission to explore. Because I'm giving you the box. This is a box, right? The box says, all right, which side am I looking at? You assign a function for each side of the box. So you have more than one now, rather than just one. But if you're doing just one for one, it's one application for one movement. It's a technique. One movement, 1,000 applications, concept. If I'm pointing forward, then I can shoot forward. Okay, and okay, right? He takes me out, right? And he comes in. This is remember this. Remember this? Remember this? Remember that? Remember?
Yeah.
This? Go ahead. This? And this. Right? Okay, now, those you saw the first one already, which is in the middle, okay? The other one, right, as he takes me out, okay? You were coming in this way.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, one more time, right? Right? You go from tan south, right? Again. Right?
But it doesn't really matter which way.
It doesn't matter, yeah. Plus, you get more angle if you do it pivot.
Right.
Okay? This is the reason why I said Lapsao is the precursor of Chi-sao. Everything you do, you have been doing, have done, did, will come back because that's what you use. From attacking with the hands to locking the joints to kicking to knee strikes to takedowns to throws to grappling, they're all there. It has to be all there. First, yeah, you've done all that before. Remember, right here, right? All right, okay. You okay? So let's do double Chi-sao, right?
Yeah.
Same thing, right?
Yeah.
So we can't say, okay, we learn certain strikes and defense and locks in Lapsao. Now we learn a whole different new set of repertoire for Chi-sao. Wow! I don't think this hard drive can hold that much. Right? Okay? You cannot add another external hard drive or replace the hard drive with a bigger one, right? You only have the same amount of storage. Okay? That's a very, very good analogy. Yeah, it's beautiful. You only have one hard drive. Granted, some people have bigger capacity. That's why people like Einstein,
Defragment
you know.
mind.
Yeah, that's the defrag, right?
Because it's all over the place.
Yeah, because every time
How
you
to
get,
get to that information.
every time you leave something, there's cracks, you need to compact them to make it more efficient. But that's what I'm saying, that everything you do from now on, you say, hey, oh, I'm getting to the lapsang position. The lapsang is half sticking, half running, half non-sticking, right? Half sticking. This is
Yeah.
not sticking, right? Stick is half, stick, not stick. Stick, not stick. Granted, some people do this. Yeah, they stick all the way, right? They just grind, like this, right? There's nothing wrong.
And
They just, right, they just practicing lapsang as a sticking. That's not wrong, right? Rather than running like do this, they just grind like this. Yeah, right. That's a good way to train sticking, but that's not what it's intended, in my opinion. Otherwise, we'll call that Chi-sao, right? Right? See, we'll call it lapsang Chi-sao. Lapsang, lap means to catch, to seek, to hunt, to catch. Okay, lapsang, okay, lapsang. You're trying to seek and catch. Other hand, okay. When you do both catching, then it's speaking, pure speaking. Okay? So, whether from elbow lock, knee strikes, takedowns, eventually. Okay, so let's go back to this, right? So I go here, okay, I'm going to do a lock, so I know, lock here, lock here. Remember, when you do a outside matching or inside matching, what you do is, what am I dealing with? His top arm or his bottom arm? Which joint? If you want to control the elbow, you got to control the wrist as well. The more joints you control, the better off you are. The more helpless they become. Does not mean completely helpless because they still have one more joint, if they know it exists. Okay, that's why knowledge is power. Okay, so from here, I go, boom, I'm looking, oh, this hand, this elbow, this elbow, this elbow. The most, remember, what Wing Chun guys would always seek the most direct way, right? I don't want to control the shoulders too far from me. I don't want to leave him and catch this. He can just, right? Of course, I'm going to use angle. I want to make sure that I'm not in harm's way. So from here, I want to make sure I maintain control, and I just use the elbow, right? I just use the elbow, because elbow is closer to his elbow. Remember, closer to closest. You know, so simple, efficient, and direct. And from this angle, this is the quickest, right? I just go like this. We gotta go the other way.
Watch my analysis.
Yeah, well, you gotta go the other way. Right, okay. So, same thing with Chi-sao, right? Right, and we go strike. Right, we'll see, we get into lapsang right away. Okay?
Yeah.
Well, either you stumble upon this scenario, or you create that scenario. It makes no difference. In the beginning, you want to create, because the more you create, the more you're familiar with it. How do I get into a situation where our arms are outside matching each other? But I want to make sure I approach that very, very carefully. I don't get hit on my way in. Okay? So, right? See right there, right? See, I'm controlling both arms, and I'm not in front of him. The worst people can do is this. In the process of trying to do this, I'm not moving. He simply, because, arms are disengaged, thrust forward. Okay? So that's habit number one. You always use forward, body positioning. So you're using angles, especially in a close quarter fight, because he can push you. You don't want to get into this situation. You want to get into this. He's going this way, you're going this way. So from here, That's what I'm doing. See? He's here, I'm here now. Right? Boom, now I'm safe. While he sees transition, while he's dealing with the first one, he already moved on. Okay? First, I get his attention by striking. Remember? Because take some with me. Right? I'm going from Tan Sao to Fuk Sao, Tan Sao to Bang 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 Sao. Right? I'm just turning that neutral energy into aggressive. Okay? I'm going to do a half change without actually going to the bottom. Boom! And then I leave him. You know why? Because you see how because both arms are detained.
Yeah.
That's why. Both arms are.
No, it's cool. I don't know why I'm enjoying it. It's like that feeling of shit. Like, it's just out of like a split of a second. You know?
If you look, take a look at the playback, it's not fast. That's because both arms are
You had a big pause.
momentarily detained.
That's
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't want to ever do this like this. They just go, thank you. Boom! Yeah.
Or straight, but you
Yeah,
can go on.
just use the palm
How
strike.
to
When someone
press,
does that,
right?
they just go like this, just palm strike him. Because he's being careless. Again, he's thinking techniques. This is what someone showed me. How do you do that? Oh, you do this, right? You roll, 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 and let go.
Nah.
Right? Because what if he catches him?
How do they deal with it? They must have a way to deal with that. They getting hit every time? Or they ignore it?
They ignore it.
Don't hit this because I'm practicing my
No, it's not that. It's because they don't understand that. They see, oh, he's attacking me, I gotta defend. Right? So if Loretta's doing that to me, same thing just without moving, right? And he's getting to that attack, right? And you oh, I'm defending! They don't see that. They are thinking, he's attacking, I'm defending. Rather than seeing, oh, he's not controlling my, no, they don't even do that. They just let go. It's just,
Oh, this.
like, yeah, this is going. Trust me, they don't see that because they see, oh, he's doing something. Oh, he's doing something.
This should be in the movie.
So, again, it's a lack of.
We should put together like the movie.
It is a lack of
That
understanding.
studio.
Even though the concept of when arms are disengaged, thrust forward, this is has been drilled into their consciousness, but they don't connect. Well, the reason is because they are learning and applying techniques, concepts, theories. It's all about principle and theory and concepts. There's only one set of principles. That's it. Right? That's why you either run or stick. You're either sticking or you're not sticking. In this case, you run. Okay? Either you're on the top or you're on the bottom. Okay? If he's run, I'm going to go forward. So that's what one of the this is the Wing Chun saying, when hands are disengaged, thrust forward. Okay? Because when he disengaged, I am chasing his hand.
Yeah, you're shattering.
He's coming to grab my hand. Go grab. I'm chasing his hand rather than the center line.
That's why we want to.
Yeah. See now I want to try to play catch up now. See, this is knowing he's coming. I'm still like, okay.
Because there's no way you can predict what he's going to do.
No.
Because you feature fighting on your. If you see it coming, then.
Yes. That's not the only. Here's sometimes they use the term entries. Okay. So entry just means you did something which gives you an opening to his seminar. And there are many ways to accomplish that. If there's only one way, if this entry only leads to one application, then it's a technique. This entry can never be used for any other applications. That's a technique. So from here, I have choices. Here's one, right?
Simple, right?
Here's the other, right? Do you know what I'm saying? Just by doing this, to me, it's an entry. From here, I can go right there, right? From here, I can go like this, right? See, so the person doesn't know. But if you only say everything, oh, he's going to do this now. There's no change, there's no change.
Right.
Okay? So if we can do this, then there's this, right?
Yeah.
Same thing. Control both, I can do this, right? All right? Okay? So it's one movement, many applications, therefore the concept of the box.
Yeah.
Okay? However you use the box is up to you. There's no set rules, okay? You have to say the top side needs to be this. It's your tool, it's your box. You can assign each side to any applications. You can say, all right, when I do a backhand, it's the top side. When I do a jump stop strike, it's the right side. When I do a foot stop strike, it's the left side. You can do that. There's no right or wrong way. Right? Because yes, you can from here, yeah, you can go back fist, right? From here, go there, go back fist. But you can also do a jump stop, right? You can also do a foot stop. Each one leads to something else. The more you practice, the more you see. And remember, everything you do, his reactions pave the way for your next attack. So the reason I want to do this is because I want to do this. Right. And this is how you arrive to your own conclusions. Because I cannot tell you, when you do a foot strike, you have to follow by this. You have to do a repeat. Yes, you can. But someone shows you a repeat, you say, how do I do a switch? Right? So someone shows you this, right? You go here, right here. How do I do a repeat? Okay. How do I do switch? See, that's the first thing you want to do. After you learn how to do that, you say, how do I do it as a switch? Right hand, right hand. Now you go right, left. So, right, left. Okay? At this point, you want to say, I want to continue with switch or I want to repeat. See, repeat will be repeat, like this. Okay, again, do I want to repeat? Do I want to repeat? Do I want to switch? That's all. Okay?
But it's amazing how you can, okay, so now we're approaching from Chi-sao. When I started years ago, we were doing it from the fighting stance.
Absolutely. So.
Right away, or from.
Absolutely. Remember, my approach is infinitely different from everybody else's.
Yeah, whichever you enter, and then you're in that spot.
Exactly. Because fighting usually don't start in a sticky situation.
Right.
You're not in a Chi-sao situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's fight. That doesn't happen. Okay? That's not the reality. But inevitably, fights oftentimes end in a tug of war. Arms entangled, bodies, pushing each other. Okay? That's how fight starts. Otherwise, you just run.
It's interesting though, because there's usually in a fight, there's one arm that's forward, traditionally.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
that's why it seems like the most likely ending up would be like in a matching, because there's going to be one arm forward, but you're matched, so you just.
Right. But if you're versed on both sides, you can shadow him.
Yeah, exactly.
You really totally screw him up.
Yeah.
That's why, when a boxing sport, anybody remember that? That Filipino guy, Cal, he kind of generates some heat, right? Smiles like, all right. But anyway, because really, boxing is a dying art. Because it's just so inadequate. Okay? In the old days, you can probably pick someone apart like that, right? But if someone starts kicking, then you are missing a weapon here. Yeah, he can box you and he can also kick you. Then that's the advantage, right? And now you throw and grapple. So it's not even, I mean, a level playing field anymore. So, and you notice with boxing, whenever the two guys come together, the referees separate them. Boys to separate, don't do that, right? So their drill is drilling to their consciousness not to hold on. So sneaking is not in their mindset at all. So remember, yes, you brought it right. So we're here, the fighting stance. This is how we start. Remember, it goes this way, and then we open it up, right? So what about here? Okay. This hand is closer to me, okay, because we're in the same kind of stance. So this is right. So I go boom. Oh, what am I doing?
Chi-sao.
Right? Where did Chi-sao? See, one hand up, one hand down. Get it up. Watch it. Go. Okay. There's a reason why. See, when you start looking at that, comparing, you start to see the genius of the nun. Yes, you will see this. They just come in, boom, just grab you. Both hands on top.
Right. Yeah. Especially the big guys.
Yes.
Good night, both hands are slim.
Right?
Does that, you can't effectively grab somebody like that, so they're just gonna punch you. Right?
Well, no, he grabs you. When he grabs me, we're both hands on bottom.
Right.
Right? Go back to double fusa. Right? Right?
Just saying in practice, I can't imagine anyone actually effectively grabbing somebody.
But they're big.
Just the
Yeah, unless if you're not in a fighting stance. If you're in a fighting stance, you're going to punch them back as
Right.
they're trying to grab you.
But if the guy is much bigger than you are, now you mentioned you dealing with a kid.
Right.
See how easy for you to manhandle.
Right.
The guy is like 6'5". I'm 5'7". Okay, he's almost a foot taller than I am, right? More than a foot taller than I am. Then he looks at me as if I'm a kid. He's going to just grab you, tie you up, and hit you, right? Right, to me, to him, I'm a kid.
There's a video, a Wing Chun guy in England. He's doing a seminar, and he starts off in that position. He's having purposely going in and grabbing. I really don't remember the demo what was coming next, but I do remember that was a
Boom.
starting.
That's possible.
Yeah.
Absolutely possible. You're surprised. Boom. He's going, now I got you. But we know when you both hands, let's just take it from the full stop, double full stop position. Right? Bomb stop. Right? Okay. Now go back to this. Alright? Pan bomb. Pan bomb. That's all I'm doing. I'm just doing the rolling. Pan bomb. Bomb. Right? See? All I'm doing is just rolling, right? See right there. Because Lansao came from Bangsao. That's what I'm doing. Now, ready? Control that arm.
Yeah, if you just pocket it.
Right.
It's enough.
Boom! Right? So, you see how wonderful Chi-sao is, because it addresses all your needs. Oh, you gotta do it fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Right. Another way is just simply use leverage.
This one.
Yeah. No, you want to do
Kind
it
of this.
elbow down. That's why it's so important. Elbow down. Here, grab me. Just grab one arm. Tight, right? See? Elbow down.
Right.
This.
Oh, I see.
Yes. Otherwise, if I just go sideways, I can't. I gotta go this way. Now, there. Okay, see?
Break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're really
Fine,
strong,
hold
you
on.
break your
Oh,
wrist.
that's the reason why. Cheese are so valuable. Okay, it's beyond comprehension. How we're just tapping the very surface of this application. You know,
Big guy. He's
but
like,
we have to see.
Yeah,
We
it's like,
have
yeah.
to see what the
So you won't wake up. His wrist will go.
Oh yeah.
That's good.
Right. If you get either bounce or tansa, same thing. He grabs, see? He grabs here. I mean, tansa. Go bounce out. Right? See?
Yeah.
That's just that simple.
If I'm holding it,
Here?
you go to times.
Yes, because this is like this.
Right.
Get stop from here. This. Good. My arm is straight, right? Bend, hands up. Straight, bend, hands up. Right? But you also know Chi-sao. Chi-sao, right? Arm tight. Chi-sao. Really grab. Tight. Really tight. Don't let me go. Chi-sao. Right? Leverage. Right? And that's it. Just Chi-sao. Re-grab. Or re-grab this way. This way or this way, right?
I'm showing it to Lana today. And today I asked her, like, are you going to go to Taekwondo? Because she sees at least.
Right.
No, maybe Kung Fu.
She's brainwashed. Right. So the power of Wing Chun is about simple, right? So someone grabs this way. Oh, I'm really in bomb stop. Forget about fighting with this hand.
Yeah.
Boom! Right? I'm gonna do it. Pull right into it. Just go, whoa!
See, that's the thing. You keep thinking about this because he's
Exactly. That's why knowledge is power. Once someone tells you you have 3 limbs left, don't worry about it.
I know, man.
I just could, right? Remember Bruce said many years ago, when someone grabbed me, I just hit him. I don't even care about the other arm. I still have the other arm, you know.
Yeah, he had a cool quote about the masters will disagree with him that it's not sophisticated enough or something. Something to that effect, where it's like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like they don't see the foot stomp as being, you know, a good enough technique. It's like, but that's what's most effective.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. You know, those kung fu masters, right? If you only speak from your own style, then it's what I would call a frog on the bottom of the well. This is a Chinese saying. Okay? How big is the sky? That's it. Because that's the only opening you see. That's how big the sky is. Until you jump out of the well, then you see, wow, there's no end. Which means what? You gotta be open-minded. Okay? But there's a lot of stomping in Chinese martial arts. That's the answer to your question. What's that? Stomping. Does not mean you have to always stomp when you perform the forms. Find a way to use that. I don't know if you remember this guy, kind of have every time he fought in the old days, he's probably already retired. He has an orange hair. He was the first one to stomp people's shin, instep. I forgot his name.
For MMA?
Yes,
Yeah.
this is like probably
The first few
10 years ago, 10 years ago. You know, he's not impressive physically. He's not a very impressive looking guy, but he started the whole thing about foot stomping, and now no one does it anymore. It caught on for a while. Then they stopped doing that. It's very, very effective because pain forgot the other thing.
Yeah.
Especially use the heel to stomp on most fragile part,
Right.
just skin and bone.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Pretty much.
But no one bothered to take it further. Right? Okay. This is where concept comes in. Okay, so we're in a situation like this. Okay? So like we're like this, right?
Yeah.
So he does this, right? Right. He does repeat, but he doesn't know. He only knows this technique. He doesn't understand the concept. When you use your leg, how many joints are there on the leg? 3. 1, 2, and 3. You use the first joint, which is your foot connected to your ankle. What's the next one? Right? So we're here, we're in a situation, you go boom, right, to the right, I go boom. Oh, but you never see that happen. You never will, because that's not a technique. So they either do this or they do this. They don't think of 1, 2 or 2, 1. That came from what? The forms. That's why the forms are so powerful. So when you see knee, foot. Okay? Knee, foot. We don't just do the movements. We dissect.
Even we do it with the arm.
Exactly. Elbow, wrist, shoulder. So the first form, same thing. Elbow, wrist, elbow. from the very beginning, we were introduced to thinking about joints, joints, joints. So later on, when you apply, oh, I can kick, knee, kick. If I can kick forward, what about up and down?
Here, you might as well go for it.
No, but that's what they do.
They are not allowed to do that.
Yeah, they're not allowed to do that. But I'm just saying that when they look at the same techniques. So when they do elbow strike, they go like elbow, elbow. Fine, what about elbow? Hand. Oh, that whipping power is going to be tremendous. Right? So here, right? So let's say he's on the ground. I'm doing this, he's covering him like this. Boom, right? So he covers, right? Right? So that way he don't get I want to come back.
With the hips, you.
Well, because fail, available.
Instead of trying to
Right.
break through.
Yeah. I'm going to break through that. It doesn't matter
His
what.
hands by his nose
Right.
already.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so again, without concepts, you only get so far. Okay, those guys are very tough, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't want to get into the ring with these guys. They can take a kick, they can take a punch, but they don't know how to fight intelligently. I probably won't survive one round. I'm 62 years old, right? I'm just saying, but have they been given the concepts by the coaches, so-called coaches, they would have been tremendous fighters, fighting intelligently, not just tough it out. I want to take 3 punches so I can get one in. Why take the punch when you don't have to? All right? So they need to be given the concepts. Okay? People say, "Oh, Wing Chun guys can't. Doesn't work in the ring." Well, because you're thinking Wing Chun as a style, not as a concept-driven art. Remember, it's water. It can be anything you want to be, right? Because we're equipped with knowledge and skills, allows us to think 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Long range weapon, medium range, short range, long, medium, short. Right? And you just using, you exhaust one, go to the other. It is so when you attack, it is so when you defend. So when you grab the wrist, you move up the joint, elbow. You grab both elbow and wrist, shoulder. Right? So when I grab this, just come in, use the shoulder. Right? You don't even have to bend. Right? Just grab both here and here. Just like this. You can have it. I'm just using this. Right? It's even better because now both hands are tied up.
Or even better, the left hand, right?
You know? Right, exactly. Right? So I'm just showing you that, hey, 2 joints, I have 1 left. Oh no, I have more than 1. I have 6 here and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 left. 10 left. Because you have 6 on each side. Right? Why should I worry? You know? In fact, I want both of your hands to be occupied so I can. You're not going anywhere, right? So again, concept drive your learning. So again, when we did before from the non-sticking situation, because that's how most fights start. So we don't learn the Chi-sao first. Because if you're only comfortable in the Chi-sao environment, when you're this far apart, you feel uncomfortable. You want to go in.
Yeah.
But the guy, boom, every time you go in, they jab you to death. You're trying to make that connection. It doesn't happen. It happens when it happens. Then you take off from that point on. Remember, you take off where you left off. If you're in a situation where your arms are engaged with his, then you go into Chi-sao range. Right? You don't follow a plan which doesn't exist. Because the plan will be executed only if your opponent cooperates. If he doesn't cooperate, there's no plan.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why you flow in the totality of the moment. Whatever the moment brings you, you use it.
That's
it right there.
frame.
Again, avoiding Bruce Lee. Did you see the latest Mazda or commercial? They show
Yeah.
Bruce Lee, 5'7", 135 pounds. Yeah, he showed the
If you're smaller than
Chinese
Tiger
connection.
Punch.
Right,
Yeah.
he was like kicking the guy's ass and stuff. Like doing this, really, right? Just going there, punch, and then kick, punch, right? Anyway, so boom, you cut to Mazda or Subaru, whatever those small cars, but pack a punch, small car, So they pay a lot of money to be a Bruce Lee family.
Oh, yeah.
Blowing the totality of the moment.
Yeah, that's his saying, that's his saying. Okay, it's the same thing. Whatever he gives you, you use. The beauty is, especially if you're in a sticking situation, you can pretty much determine the result before it happens. Right?
You can.
Everybody can. Once you get it, right? Because you know their own. He has to defend against it, right? He has to, right? So he has to defend. He has to, right? Otherwise, he gets cut, right? So he's going to your right. Right? Okay, same thing. When I use my Chi-sao to strike, I know he's going to do that, right? So you were there waiting for him, right? Right? Right there, right? Right? Or you use
Yeah.
because there's no need to continue anymore. You see it coming. He's defending against it, right? He's defending against it. Why would you continue on? Right? Same thing right here, right? See? He's coming. Right? But that came from doing this over and over again. So basically the future fighting is present. The future is present again because he knows. He's going from this moment to the next moment. You just skip a beat. Skip it. Let him deal with, he's hitting air, you're waiting for him in the future. Alright? And that came from this. So we're here, right? I go like this. Right? The same thing, because I know when I go like this, he has to do this. And then my next move is this. I just skip the contact. That's all.
It's incredible. It makes me immediately think. I'm very, very biased. And then, if you didn't pivot as you were coming in, you just go forward, right?
Yeah, because I'm not there anymore.
Can you just do it?
Well,
one more time?
because if I don't pivot, he doesn't need to do that.
Right.
Because I'm going circle, he's going
I mean,
straight.
even as you let go of this hand with this hand going forward. Right. And now you're gonna try to grab this one, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now
Yes,
if
yes,
you go
he-
forward.
He can attack this way.
Right.
So look, it's a good trade.
Yeah, it's a
Not
good
trade,
trade.
okay?
Yeah.
Remember,
He can't go up, or he could go up.
good. In fighting,
But you make that pivot before, so you're out of the way. That's
Getting
what
away
we were
from
doing,
it.
right?
right.
Okay.
Yeah, in fighting, doesn't matter how good you are going to get hit. You just say who has the better, strike.
Better deal.
I'd rather cut here than here, because here I can survive. This, the guy will be out. Full force. This crack ribs, but it's knockout, right? Right. If you hit here, you break it. That's
Remember
devastating.
Daryl?
That's devastating, okay? So it's just not a good trick. But we try to.
How do you?
That was big in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
How do you
break
they
it?
like doing that?
Yeah.
There's a streak in like
Oh, to pull it
84
out?
to
Everybody do
88.
it.
Everybody was
Yeah. The lyrics.
pulling it out.
Right.
Patrick
So,
Swayze did that movie.
Patrick Swayze actually made a very good movie, Roadhouse.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Just recently. I was like,
Yeah, he
where
was
this come from?
Winchan, some kind of Winchan. He built like kind of a dummy. Remember, he was renting a farmhouse, and he built
Yeah.
some kind of a dummy. He was practicing it. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah. So, I got sidetracked. We were talking about-
So he was talking about the pivoting, and you're just moving out of the way. And then
Right.
train of
See, I want
damage.
to make sure I don't stand in front of him as I do this.
Right.
See, I don't want to do this, right?
Right.
Right? So go both. Now I have choices. Okay? I can go from here to here. And of course he's going to regain his center line. Yeah. He's not
So
going to
you
let
were
me get
here
in.
and then you moved in this.
Right. Because what
I'm busy taking
Yeah.
care of this.
If we take this arm away, you see, this is what I'm doing, right? I'm trying to do this, see? But he catches, he pushes back. Now remember, this is very important. See, lan sao. Remember, if you start with tan sao, he's not gonna let me get in. I turn to bong sao. Well,
Swinging
because
sword.
this hand is attacking. I want the maximum reach.
It's really
Oh,
simple.
Right? So, okay, right?
Okay.
Right? So I'm here, boom, right? See? But I'm also controlling this hand a lot. Alright? Okay, now he's gonna push. He's gonna push. Well, because he has to.
Yeah.
The key to the concept of future fighting and trapping, mentally trapping, is to give just enough to hang themselves.
Right.
Yes.
If you do it too fast, only one hit. And if that fails, you have no back plan B. I want him to see, just so you can see it. That's when he comes in. Okay, right? See, I let him see this. Coming in, he pushes. Oh, same thing. I'm going to use this hand now, right? Same thing. I control, right? And I'm going to turn into lines out, just like rolling, but turn to lines out. And then come in. He's going to push. See, push. See, I'm coming in. He takes it all the way. He's pushing on the lines out. Bounce out. Bounce out. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Lines out. Remember this?
Right.
I just closed it. Just like a second more, right? Right? Lines out.
Yeah. Both hands.
Right. That's in the form. Remember this?
Yeah.
Right? No, I take it back. No one else has it though.
Oh.
All right. Yes, that's us.
That's us.
Right? Because you're in this situation. Right?
Second form.
Second form, right? Okay? Right. So the knowledge concepts really are powerful because now you are always at an advantage, whether you're on both hands underneath, both hands on top, one on top, one on the bottom, you can always attack. Always attack.
That's the final one.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, just imagine, rather than withdrawing this hand into a chamber position, just leave it there.
Pull.
Just leave it there. You can pull. Yeah, pulling is just part. Remember, applications never look like the original movements.
Yeah.
They can't because situation changes, right? The situation's a lot. Okay, well, I'm going to stick to the original form. Then it won't work. You just have to.
Yeah.
The application has to cater and adapt to the current situation. So lights out. But the beauty is that now it gives us so many breadcrumbs. We just follow them. Okay? In the beginning, these things are meaningless to me. They were meaningless to me until I started.
Right. Yeah.
Then I can see, oh, well, that's from the form. Well, that's from the form. You start to see that.
When you worked out with Jim, did you guys speak English or Mandarin?
English.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah. Back and forth.
Back and forth.
A little bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
English and yeah, there's back and forth, yeah. But without him, I wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
It's, the concept's just incredible. But the thing is, you have to actually walk the journey. You have to start dissecting, analyzing, and kind of come up with your own conclusions, which are different or never before seen or mentioned stuff. But when you look at it, it's just this, that's it. It's nothing else. It's all that. Push and pull. Push and yield. If I'm pushing and he's pushing me back, I yield. This is exactly what it is. You know, I push, he pushes back, I yield. Right? And again, back. See? This gets me nowhere, come back. That's why you can fly in the shower. That's all you need. It's just a little space. Now, when you're in a close quarter. So, very good. So, I forgot, you guys doing okay? What you guys doing?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm sure you guys have done it already by just both are on top, right? So you can start attack, and attack, and attack, right? And then, of course, the next one is also attacking. So you just designate one arm attacking, one arm controlling. You see, the next one is this. Right? Control the elbow, control the wrist, down sao, fu sao, down sao, fu sao, then change. Down sao, fu sao, down sao, and fu sao, right? So, yeah, nothing changed. Right? When you eventually, you can start from where you are, getting to locking as well. You know, so say from this position, right? Okay, so you can see right here, right there. As he comes down, right? Right? Safely right here. As I come down. Right?
That's an awkward.
You know, so again, I haven't changed my position yet. I'm just mindful. I'm just mindful of where my joints are in relation to his. I can go. Locking is always 2-on-1 because you want.
Right.
It's more effective. Yes, you can do 1-on-1. Yes, you can do 1-on-1. But he's going to easily turn into bounce-out. Right? But if I lock this way, more. You know, from here, right, I can go into this. Right? Or I can go right into this. See? Time's up. It's giving me the wrist and the elbow. Remember this? Okay? Right? This one going to this. As he turn into. Right? Okay? So, that's the beauty. It's a little bit overwhelming, but the beauty is you have all the tools you have. You just have to see them. Just have to see them. Just have to see my arms, his joints, my joints. 2-on-1. How do I make it 2-on-1? Inside, outside. And then, again, nothing is added to it. I control the wrist, I control the elbow, right? See? Control the wrist, control the elbow. I just want to make sure this guy doesn't hit me on my way in. Right? So I go like this. See that? I'm not in front of him anymore. That's all. Right. Cool.